Cowboys Nation, stop what you're doing and just look at the board for a second. I'm not sure if you've seen the latest mock draft from ESPN and their proposed plan for the Cowboys. Now, maybe some of you ignore that this is just a mock draft, but look, this is the reason I was asking for your complete attention. This is not a mock draft from a random guy, but ESPN, a renowned institution. And secondly, their idea is not just fluff, and they are actually proposing a plan, and their plan is telling us Jerry Jones's desperation. And when you connect it with two other important developments, you will get a clear idea. Guys, I am telling you, this is not favorable. Let me explain it to you in detail. What's up, Cowboys? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Cowboys. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So, the mock draft that dropped yesterday from Field Yates over at ESPN, it literally sent shockwaves through the entire fan base. Honestly, I'm still trying to process it. He's got the Cowboys taking Rueben Bain Jr. out of Miami at 12 and then doubling down with Zion Young from Missouri at 20. Two edge rushers in the first round, guys. Just think about that. I know what you're thinking. We need defense, right? But look at the depth chart for a second. We already busted the budget this offseason to fix the hole Micah Parsons left behind. We traded for Rashawn Gary. We've got Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark anchoring the middle. On paper, this was supposed to be a Madden dream team. Yes, I'm going to be real with you here. The reality is a total nightmare. Despite all those big-name veterans, our defense was a complete disaster in 2025, finishing dead last, number 32 in the league in points allowed. And while we're throwing every resource at that side of the ball, we're playing a dangerous game with the offense. Like right now, we're sitting on a $27.3 million franchise tag for George Pickens, and you've got analysts like Jordan Rodgers out here basically screaming that we should just ignore a long-term deal for GP and keep dumping every single cent into the defense. Honestly, I'm just being straight with you. If you have Rashawn Gary, Quinnen Williams, and Kenny Clark and you still can't stop a nosebleed, the problem isn't the talent, it's the identity. By trying to draft two more edges in the first round, Jerry Jones is basically admitting the Rashawn Gary move didn't fix the problem. And Zion Young at 20? That's a massive reach. His average draft position is in the late 30s. It feels like Jerry is just chasing the ghost of Micah Parsons at this point. Meanwhile, we're out here chasing sacks. The offensive line is literally crumbling. Zack Martin is gone. He retired, guys. And we are out here betting Dak Prescott's life on a shaky Tyler Guyton, who only managed to play 10 games last year. It's total defensive overcompensation. And honestly, I'm terrified it's going to cost us our offensive stability. But look, if we're being honest, it isn't just about the draft picks. The real story here is the guys already in the building who are basically walking on thin ice right now. You've probably seen the reports from Inside the Star and Yardbarker, right? They're essentially confirming what we've all been feeling. The potential era in Dallas, it's over, guys. Our new DC, Christian Parker, is coming in and he clearly wants his own guys. He isn't interested in projects.
Take Joe Milton, for example. I know we all love the arm, right? But the data doesn't lie. Dallas just went out and signed Sam Howell, a veteran who's actually started games in this league. Look, Milton was a fun experiment for the highlight reels, but the NFL is about processing speed, not just how far you can chuck the ball. Howell is the actual pro safety net for Dak Prescott. Honestly, Milton is just a highlight reel that never actually turned into a football player. He's out. I don't see any way he makes this roster. And then you've got Luke Schoonmaker. This one hurts because he was a second-round pick, but Dallas just hosted Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt for a top 30 visit. Think about that for a second. You don't bring in a high-tier tight end for a visit like that if you actually trust your former top pick. Schoonmaker has straight up been outplayed by Brevin Spanford. The experiment is just over, guys. It's time to admit it didn't work. It's the same story as Marquise Bell. Look, he's a great football player, don't get me wrong. But he's a Dan Quinn guy living in a Christian Parker world. This new 3-4 scheme we're running, it wants specialists. It doesn't want tweeners who are half safety, half linebacker. With the team adding Jalen Thompson and P.J. Locke in free agency, Bell is just the odd man out in this transition. It's tough, but that's the business. But honestly, guys, the name that really worries me, the one that keeps me up, is Tyler Guyton. Look, it's not that he lacks talent. He's a mountain of a man. but 2025 was just plagued by injuries, and now we're heading into his make-or-break year 3. He isn't fringe because of his skill. He's fringe because of trust. I mean, if Jerry Jones really does double dip on defense and ignores the offensive line, he's literally gambling the entire 2026 season on a guy who hasn't proven he can even stay on the field. That isn't a plan, guys. Honestly, that's just a prayer. And honestly, guys, if the draft day desperation wasn't enough, we've got to talk about this Patrick Queen situation. Look, internal reports are showing that Dallas was definitely kicking the tires on the trade for Queen early on, but those talks have cooled significantly now that we've hit April. I mean, the math on this just doesn't add up for me. We're talking about a $13.3 million cash payout for 2026. But forget the money for a second. Look at the red flags. Last season, Queen had a 20.4% missed tackle rate. I mean, that is a career high for him, and it is absolutely terrifying for a team that already can't stop the run. And in coverage, he allowed over 800 yards. Think about that. You're paying over $13 million for a guy who's statistically regressing and getting cooked by modern tight ends. Honestly, this is the ultimate Jerry Jones move. If you go out and use both of those first-round picks on edge rushers like ESPN suggests, you're basically cornering yourself. You'll have no high-value picks left to fix the middle of the defense, so you'll be forced to go out and buy a veteran. But Patrick Queen is just a name-brand move at this point. He's a downhill thumper who looks great on a 10-second highlight clip, but he's a liability when the game is on the line. I mean, why are we even talking about paying 2024 prices for 2026 problems, especially when you've got guys in this draft like Sonny Styles or Jamad McCoy, who are younger, cheaper, and frankly have way more upside right now? Lance Zierlein even has Styles falling to us at 12 in his latest mock. Choosing a regressing vet over a stud like that, that's exactly how this team stays stuck in this 7-9 loop. It's chasing shiny objects instead of building a real football team. Honestly, guys, look, the 2026 Cowboys aren't just retooling anymore. We are officially in a state of controlled chaos. And I mean, if you want a real litmus test for where this team is headed, just look at the schedule. We've got a Week 3 date in Rio de Janeiro against the Baltimore Ravens. Think about that, playing in Maracanã Stadium in front of a global audience against Lamar Jackson. I'm telling you right now, if this double-dip defensive line doesn't show up in Brazil, if Rueben Bain Jr. and Zion Young are getting bullied by Lamar on a worldwide stage, that Jerry panic we're seeing is going to turn into a full-scale mutiny by October. I mean, you can only sell potential for so long before the fans just stop buying it. So I got to ask you, and I want you to be honest in the comments, are you actually okay with the team ignoring the O-line just to chase the ghost of Micah Parsons, or do you see what I see? Is this team just building a Ferrari defense with a broken engine? Seriously, let me know what you think down below. What's up, Cowboys? Welcome to the NFL Playbook, Cowboys. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be all over this as the draft gets closer, so stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one.